What's going on, everybody? This is Dave and welcome back to another Football Manager 2018 experiment regarding Wolves here today on my channel. And if you haven't caught the last start of this series, it was Rafa Mir at Wolves and it didn't quite 100% go to plan. But Wolves have been linked with another striker in the last week or so in Lewis Grabban, who was recalled by Bournemouth after his loan stint at Sunderland. Wolves have been linked with him. I don't think it'd be a bad signing to bring him on loan until the end of the season. Probably wouldn't be a fan if it was a permanent deal, but nonetheless, as always, we're going to be checking him out and how Football Manager would predict he'd get on at Wolves. Obviously, this is going to be slightly different. This is just for a bit of fun, just an experiment. So obviously, this is not 100% what is going to happen. Wolves sometimes do not 100% perform on this game. Sometimes they do. But what I've done is I've put him on loan initially with a future fee of about £5 to £7 million, which I'd assume Wolves are going to take up. So 29 years of age. We've got him on loan from Bournemouth here. And obviously this is from the start of the season rather than from January. Physically, he's a very good player. He's quite quick. Got a little bit of strength as well. Dribbling, first touch, it really is a decent championship striker. He's not bad at all, to be honest. He's never been 100% prolific. We could see, if we quickly go back and check out his stats in the past. I mean, sort of 13-point season with Bournemouth, he was fairly good, and then went to Norwich. But that were probably his best years when he was sort of League One championship sort of level. He's never really, other than that, those couple of years, been 100% prolific. So we'll go check him out, how he could get on. We'll skip forward a number of years and we'll see how big Lewis Grabban will get on as a Wolves player. So as always, guys, make sure you smash the like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And let me know in the comment section down below if you think Lewis Grabban would be a good signing for Wolves. As expected, he has signed on a permanent deal and he scored 7 goals for Wolves in 11 starts and 16 appearances off the bench. So not the worst of seasons, but again, maybe expected him to score a few more. Scored 4 goals in the start of the season, then signed permanently and grabbed another 3 goals in 14 games. So not the best of returns, but nonetheless, it'll be interesting to see. Can we see his goal to minute ratio? We used to be able to see that. So in the league, goals per minute is 198, so not 100% bad. It's not the worst of things. So it's almost just over a goal every 2 games on average. So not bad at all. Wolves as a whole finished in 20th place. I had an absolute shocker of a season, as you could tell. Nuno was sacked as manager. This game really doesn't like it for some reason, and this guy came in. Guillermo Amor came in charge. Barcelona B scout, which is a bit strange, but yeah, Wolves not having a good season at all. Grabban not 100% firing, if I'm being honest. Signed him up for 7 million in the end, bringing in obviously Rafa Mir, which I used as well. Helder Costa left the club, so they got a little bit of money, which would have helped with a couple of these transfers as well. But we'll skip forward another year. Hopefully Grabban can really hit the ground running again. What sort of tactic were they playing? We're playing with a lone striker, so chances may have come few and far between, but with Bonatini leaving, maybe Grabban could come in and play more often through the middle. So here we are at the end of the 18-19 season. We're going to be checking out how Lewis Grabban got on again at Wolves this year. And if we go on, now he's in the Wolves under 23s. So stats deteriorating now, getting into the later stages of his career anyway. And he only actually played 3 games for Wolves all year, scoring 2 goals. It's not a bad return for the games he played, to be honest, with a 7.33 average rating, which makes it quite surprising that he didn't play a little bit more, to be honest. If we go on to reports, so he played a little bit in the reserves, but for Wolves, obviously playing in the league, 101 minutes per goal, which is a little bit strange why he didn't get more football, to be honest, with the games he played and scored in. Does it tell us which games it was that he scored in? I'm not sure if it does, to be honest, which is a little bit annoying, but nonetheless, looks like he did alright. Wolves as a whole, as a team, finished 13th in the Championship, slightly better than the year before. Still got some of the big players, but Wolves spending a little bit more money, bringing Alfred Ndiaye in on a permanent deal, 1.6 million. Rolando coming in off free, a few decent players, but again, more players leaving the club than expected. Tactics-wise, they're playing a little bit more attacking now, but Joe Mason is playing up front for Wolves. I'm surprised that he's not getting more game time. This Lago Jr. guy's coming as well from Mallorca. doesn't look any better or worse than Lewis Grabban, to be fair. So it's a bit strange that he's not getting game time. But another manager has come in for Wolves again. This time, Amor was sacked. He's at Middlesbrough now, and they brought in this guy David Adams, who's currently must be a Middlesbrough coach in real life. So interesting enough, I think the game maybe is Wolves set to be one of those teams that seem to chop and change a manager every 5 minutes, which is a little bit annoying. But Lewis Grabban in the reserves at Wolves. Hopefully he gets his chance. Maybe he'll move on next year, but who knows? Only one, or not even full season as a Wolves player, and already chopped to the reserves. So moving on very quickly now, Wolves into the 1920 season. We're going to see how Grabban got on it. Did he get any more game time this term? Still in the under 23s, and it looks like he had no games at all, and very little games all season really, which is a shame. 32 years of age now. Obviously the lack of game time is really going to make him deteriorate as a player. No games whatsoever for Wolves. A real shame that he can't even really break it to the under 23 side either. Wolves as a whole finishing 6th in the Championship this term. Not getting promoted via the playoffs either. Managing to keep hold of some big players such as Neves and so on as well. But the biggest player that left Cavallera for an absolute bargain of 6.75. Doherty left as well. Wolves spending just 1 million on transfers. So not ideal for Wolves. Still playing that 4-2-3-1. No place for Grabban this year, which is a shame. I'm surprised, to be honest, that they haven't sold him. I mean, what sort of wage is he on, for goodness sake? You know, he must be on a fairly big wage, 25k a week, you know, but he's only got 1 year left in his contract. My bet that next year may well be his last season in the old gold and black. So then we're at the end of the 2021 season. Will Grabban have got any more games for Wolves? It doesn't look like it. No, he hasn't. It looks like, you know, his value now is shot all the way down to 5.5k. All of his stats have deteriorated massively. 33 years of age now. It's a real shame. Because he did alright. He had a decent goal-to-game ratio. 7 goals in the Championship is no mean feat. And even if Wolves loaned him out or sold him to a League One team and paid the majority of the wages, he may well have stuck around to be a pretty decent player. As you see, 5 games for the under-23s, 5 off the bench. So it's good to see him actually still sort of having some sort of game time. But it looks like, I'd imagine, he's going to leave now at the end of his contract. Exeter have minor interest in him at the moment, League One team, so might be a decent signing for them, but Wolves nonetheless not using him at all. Wolves this time finishing 6th in the Championship. Paul Lambert again in charge, losing out at Wembley 2-0, which is a real shame. Danny Welbeck at Swansea in the Championship. What? That is ridiculous. Swansea should have surely won the league, yeah. Walter Zenga in charge. Oh, say no more. This save has gone absolutely mental. But yeah, some good players there. Ketia and Andre Gray, some real good players in the Championship, to be fair. So we'll skip forward 1 more year. Obviously, Grabban looks like he's going to be leaving. We'll see where he ends up and how he gets on. So then here we are for the final season of this experiment. Our guess is obviously Grabban has gone and he's moved to Rotherham, where yet again he's played very little games, which is a shame really, because I thought League One level he'd certainly do it. But when did Rotherham sign him? Let's have a look. Signed him at the start of the season. So he's still not, he's only played 2 games, not scored any goals. Non-competitive wise, he scored a number of goals. So must have been maybe friendlies or whatnot, I'm not sure. But that's a real shame. Rotherham as a whole, they finished 6th in League One. Did they get promoted? They lost out at Wembley as well. So Grabban not having any part, which is a shame. His career's gone now, really. Walked that year at Wolves. To be fair, look at that. 9 goals in 30 games for any team. Not the worst of records, to be fair. So, I mean, that's not even the equivalent of a full season. If one of your strikers bagged 9 goals, I think you'd be fairly satisfied almost. So, it's a shame that he has been able to do it. He's very close to retirement now, I'd imagine. They got him on a 1-year contract for $1.5 grand. He was transfer listed in January as well, so I don't think things are going to get any better for him. Wolves 10th in the Championship, so things didn't get any better for them as well. But Lewis Grabban, according to Football Manager, will not be the best of signings for Wolves. Let me know in the comment section down below if you think he would be for Wolves. Unfortunately, Football Manager hasn't really been on our side again for the 2nd experiment in a row. But if there's any more Wolves players that Wolves have been linked with, and you want to see how they get on at Football Manager, let me know in the comment section down below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button, smash the like button if you haven't already. And until next time, I'll see you all very soon.